Na'Vi is on the cusp of getting eliminated potentially here, as we are heading to the second game of their series against Fnatic here with Winter and Tsunami. And Na'Vi, they lost that first game. They didn't have what it took, but they came close to repelling Fnatic. It did take a long time. It took 55 minutes before they were able to throw in the towel, basically. Let's see what they can do for the second game. These teams historically have had very long games and also went to 3 games, Winter.
Winter, do you think either team cares that it's going late? Do you think Fnatic are like, yes, this is our house, or Na'Vi is like, we don't care, we'll go as long as it takes?
I'm sure they don't care as long as they win.
Yeah.
We, on the other hand, we care. Oh, okay, maybe I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, what about the crowd? They're here for a reason right now.
They're here for Na'Vi. They're here to cheer them on as well.
Okay, don't go against the Dark Below. I've learned
that
that lesson.
Game 1. You said that game 1.
I have learned that lesson.
And I said don't go against the Underlord, and that did not pan out for me.
Don't blame the Underlord. Blame the SF item build.
Yeah, you said don't blame the draft per se for the first game.
Right. That's the last thing to blame.
Look at the other things that went wrong for Na'Vi.
Yeah, I mean, the draft is definitely like not perfect by any means, but they have a lot of small little things that they could have definitely improved during the game. But we'll see. This is game 2, so hopefully for all the Na'Vi fans out there, like Na'Vi gets a better game plan here and manages to pull out the win.
I can hear the pain in your voice when you say that. I need to hear a little bit more genuine enthusiasm for a Na'Vi victory.
I'm a fan of good games, so if it's a good game, I will enjoy it. Go game 3. And Fnatic opens with a Tusk. Wow, Tusk Centaur.
That's unusual, taking a page out of SG's book. What are Centaur's good points?
So a lot of people were very excited about
4.0 strength gain.
Right, so high strength gain, and now you get magic resistance with strength gain. And so once upon a time, the very first item for Centaur was Hood. And then you basically just farm up your farm up with double edge for days and get a blink dagger. And then people were like, well, I don't really need the Hood, I'll just get the blink dagger straight up. And then people were like, wait, I don't really need Centaur, I'll just get heroes like Sand King. And so Centaur kind of fell off the map. But we are seeing a resurgence of what I termed as damage sponges, which is heroes like Underlord or Tiny, where you walk in face first into a fight and the enemy team has to do something about you.
Can you not just call that a tank?
Yeah, but every game has a tank.
So why would Dota 2 be calling it a damage punch rather than a tank?
Because it sounds more fancy, doesn't it? Tank, like we don't use the term DPS.
Yes, we do.
Only in terms of like...
I don't know about you guys, I use the term frontline.
So frontliner.
3 different terms to describe what exactly Centaur accomplishes. That's just how versatile he is. Doesn't matter that they're all synonymous. But
fair enough.
I think that's why people are now starting to look at it. I don't know if SG was on the cutting edge or something, but I imagine that Envy being a patch fiend has probably some strategy to do with magic resistance specifically.
I mean, maybe it does have implications about that, on why he picks the Centaur, but then again, the meta favors the team. You want to have like a hero that builds all like the team items, the Crimson, the Pipe. Like on Centaur, you can build even the Aghanims to help with the damage reduction. So I can definitely see a lot of potential of Centaur fulfilling that role, where we saw at DAC from the Underlords, the Venos, building the Helm, Pipe, Crimson Guard, all the team items, all the tanky items. So Centaur can definitely do that.
Well, we are going to see a StarLadder. We saw StarLadder earlier today. It was a general StarLadder, wasn't it?
It was, and it worked very, very well. It was up against Terrorblade as well. It was StarLadder and Tusk, I want to know, Vengeful. It was StarLadder and Vengeful, which Vengeful is still available if they want to go for it. They had done the reverse pick last time. Na'Vi had gotten second pick Vengeful and then second phase StarLadder.
The games that Na'Vi played earlier today against SG were like 20-minute games.
Yes, breakneck pace.
Can they do that against Fnatic?
I don't think so.
Is that... Why is that?
Because Fnatic is a better team.
Okay, point
I'll
taken.
just say it, but I think that Fnatic are more organized, and I think that Abed is not going to be as rolled over in the mid lane as 40R was.
And they can't draft around that to try and have an early game ending, like just I don't know, throw Fnatic off guard?
I don't know, it feels difficult to end the game early in the current patch though. It feels like the game is going to be a bit longer. I mean, we'll see. As I mean, the patch is still new.
Yeah.
There's a lot of experimentations going on. I will see. Like, Na'Vi definitely has to come up with like a more concise plan on how they want to not only win their lanes, but have like tower siege, have a way of like finishing the game, extending their advantage when they get one in the lanes.
Yeah, that's why I really like Dendi Lina, because it takes all these
Lina and
boxes.
StarLadder is very strong.
Yeah.
It used to be a thing in the past, very strong duo. So they ban out the Terrorblade and the PL. Those two heroes are really, really good against the StarLadder. Terrorblade being really high base armor, so you don't really care about the corrosive haze that much. PL, you can remove it with the doppelganger.
When we saw the StarLadder previous game, or previous series I should say, for Na'Vi, they paired it up with a Vengeful Spirit as well. And the other cores were Puck and a Gyrocopter. Do you think we could see Avenge again? I hadn't seen Avenge support in such a long time.
Not sure though, but I do kind of maybe still like a Puck because of the Dark Widow, but then you have a StarLadder. You want to be able to use the corrosive haze to its fullest advantage.
Yeah, plus we had just talked about Centaur possibly being a magic resistance champion, and so...
Champion.
Well,
wow.
I meant like a
Yeah.
like top.
Okay. Tsunami.
I try not to repeat the same words.
And it's last.
Like a trophy kind of champion, guys.
Fired. No negotiations. Goodbye.
So you
Good
should
night.
lean more into physical damage, is what I was getting at.
All right.
So Fnatic goes for the A. Really good like position 5 support. We've been seeing this time and time again during DAC, and even here Optic prefers to pick this hero as a support a lot. Really strong hero overall throughout the game. If you don't punish him early game, like I think his main weakness is in the early game. If you get harassed by like an Invis hero, like a Riki, Bounty, a Trian, or like a summon hero, like a Prophet, like a Broodmother. If there's no summon heroes in the game and AA just gets levels, usually AA contributes a lot as a position 5 in the game.
How much does Queen of Pain contribute though? This is a hero that has lost a lot of her luster.
They just wanted a hero that doesn't die easily to the Tusk ganks in the mid lane. So generally you see either Quap or Puck. Those are the two heroes.
I think TA is good also, but we don't really see her very frequently.
Is someone actually finishing that? He's doing. Don't clap.
Yes, don't
Stop
clap.
clapping. Oh.
Oh, he's going.
He's going so fast. Oh, he's almost got it too. You see it?
Yeah. Rubix.
Got him.
Oh wow.
Got him.
Wow.
Oh, and he messes it up. But he had it. He had it. And there's the Underlord, the counterpart of Centaur, I guess.
Yeah.
So StarLadder is going to be a support this time. Underlord is always like great against like this kind of DK hero. The Underlord Corp.
Does mean that
They don't have a hero that can use the the corrosive haze very well yet. I mean, Corp can somewhat use it, but I guess the last hero probably like something like a PA or some physical hero.
PA I would actually like quite a bit actually.
we haven't seen PA in
PA is really strong with StarLadder, and PA did have some buffs in the recent patches.
But then you gotta breathe fire on you and you don't do anything anymore.
It's 25%. What,
Yeah,
20%?
Loads.
Yeah, but it's all cancelled out with the corrosive haze.
PAs, you're gonna have a BKB
Alright,
in this
fair
game.
enough.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'm not worried. Do you like the Queen of Pain?
So not really, but
It's a comfort
It's
hero
a
for
doggy.
Dendi.
yeah, Dendi likes Queen of Pain.
Hi, doggy.
And they didn't know the mid matchup, and they wanted to pick it now, which means that they want to save Crystallized Hero
Yeah,
to have
it's
the best
either
matchup.
they pick the Queen or they pick a Puck there, and I think the Puck would mean that you want like you put all your physical, because maybe they already planned for Underlord, so if you have Puck Underlord, then you're only having like one physical, like one core hero essentially. Then you're gonna have to go for a really big core.
Right.
But because you have Corp is like a semi-core, you still do some physical damage, and pure damage.
Yeah, so otherwise, why pick StarLadder if you're going to go for a Puck afterwards?
Yeah,
Top
it will
off
be a
with
Luna.
So a crystallized signature that has not really been seeing any play at all this tournament, I want to say.
No.
I think I saw it once, maybe, on day earlier day, but
it gives them like a really good team fight right now. They have the co-op Luna. Luna does use the corrosive haze fairly well. They have strong lanes. Luna, StarLadder, Dark Willow. I think overall they have a much more balanced draft compared to the last game.
Okay. Well, yeah. The fans are ready for it.
Fnatic looking for what I'm assuming is their NV hero. I mean, they could give NV DK and then find out an Abed hero to go up against Queen of Pain.
Possible. Definitely possible. No Terrorblade. There's Juggernaut.
That hero hasn't been seen at all recently. Troll is available.
I don't like Troll against Underlord though. But they do have StarLadder and I don't know. They need like a very big carry.
Yeah, because the DK, like otherwise, they went for the DK instead of the Razor, which we had said like they all kind of tick the same boxes. Him, Razor, Death Prophet.
DK is better against the StarLadder because
Right.
you have more armor to deal with it.
Could go Lone Druid.
So we want the DK for on a lane against Quap, right?
Yes, I want it for Abed.
All right,
I
so
think
we're
you
looking
give
for an
Envy
NV
something greedier,
hero.
and I think Lone Druid has potential.
It will solve their pushing issue,
Right.
but they go for
wow.
Juggernaut.
I mean, you want a hero that has like a magic damage to kill the Underlord in the lane.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Underlord is very happy because I mean, I play the hero a lot. I know. So like, if you want Underlord to have a hard time, you need to be able to kill him in the lane.
Juggernaut can certainly do that, and it gives them sustain as well. If you do want to push, you got that in the Dragon Knight as well as.
You have the spin
16.
against the Luna.
And the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, that's pretty useful for him.
A good draft for Fnatic. Is it enough for them to sway you over to their side?
Both teams have fairly solid drafts. I think it's a very even draft so far. But because Fnatic is on the Radiant side, I think they might be able to abuse the Roshan more. So I'm gonna give the edge to Fnatic this time, and we're gonna see a game 3. Sorry, no game 3. JK, I forgot.
Confusing. What do you think, Tsunami?
I'm not confident in Queen of Pain. I think there's a reason why she's not being seen very often. And as much as I love Comfort on Dendi, I don't think it's good enough to be able to win this game, so I'm going to give it to Fnatic as well.
Go against Navi in front of the home crowd. I know it worked for you guys previous game, but it's not going to work.
No, it didn't work for
I
me.
believe Jackie. I believe Jackie. He's gonna do it, and we're gonna go home early today.
I believe Navi. Let's give the fans what they want here in potentially their final game or not. We're gonna find out. It is over to Lyrical and Lacoste.
Thank you so much, Shiver. My goodness gracious me, oh my, Mr. Lacoste. It's game number 2 in Fnatic versus Navi. Crowd excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Both of the draft looking really good, even though I prefer Fnatic's lineup. They have tower damage this time.
Hey.
Would you believe it or not? It's Dragon Knight.
I know, that's a hero and a half. And they also have the Juggernaut to help continue the push going. On the other side, Luna, a little bit of a mixed bag also in there with the Queen of Pain 3rd pick overall. It feels to me like that hero might just blow up in this game.
Queen of Pain is more of a comfort pick for Dendi. There's a reason why Queen of Pain is not picked a lot lately. She is a decent laner, scales well, but just doesn't feels like she fits into this meta.
And to me, at least, when I saw those changes, one of the heroes that stood out as being really hurt from that magic resistance does build into some strength items. Maybe you get a BKB or something, but previously getting that extra little bit of magic resistance from Int really helped her out a lot to stay survivable and get that 2nd round of spells off, and then you get the spell lifesteal, of course. But regardless, we'll see how this ends up working out. Game number 2, and Navi smoked in deep with Lil.
It's actually going to be mid Underlord. He has a shared 2 tangos. They want to have Underlord matchup against the Dragon Knight. Both of the heroes are going to farm.
Munderlord.
Yes.
Lil hiding behind the trees here. We'll go for the creep pull after they get into the mid lane once the horn is done. And it looks like there might be a little bit of a rotation. Jug heading back towards bottom again.
The top lane that Fnatic has is really deadly. Once they hit level 2 with the Centaur, Hoof Stomp, Double Edge, plus Snowball and Ice Shards, if they go on a Dark Willow, also Tusk is one of the better heroes against the Dark Willow. If she goes into the Shadow Realm, you can use a Snowball, use it on the creep, just to stun her.
You know, one other thing that I'll mention is that before the game started, or rather, while the draft was going on, there's a really long time in between Navi's first pick and their second pick, and it felt like there was a lot of talking going back and forth, and it was between General and Dendi, and now they're the ones that have switched up the lanes a little bit. Curious if that has anything to do with what we're seeing here as Lil, fully trapped in, is trying to eat his way through, but can't get past, and he's going to be frozen. So a good bit of damage there onto the StarLadder, who's going to be taking the punches. And, well, we'll see if he's going to be able to get out, slowly being torn apart, and looks like Lil is most likely going to die. First blood going to DJ, but he does ensure that the lane's going to go better for Dendi down bottom.
Oh, this is so bad for StarLadder. He has Guardian Sprint level 1, so you can't be aggressive. He needs to soak up the experience from one of the lanes to get to level 2. Otherwise, he's just going to be useless.
Yeah, and very strange decision now. Navi switch it back, and General is going to go down bottom with Dendi going mid again. So in a little bit of a roundabout way, they end up back where they started.
So they still need Dragon Knight to go back to the mid lane. They want that matchup, Dragon Knight against the Queen of Pain, because he can out CS her and out regen her with that passive of his. Also, top lane is doing all right for the Centaur, even though they burned through all his regen. None of them left.
Yeah. There's the root onto the top side, catching Universe, dealing some extra bit of damage. They deal a lot with that extra passive coming in from Luna, but Universe will get away. So far, 3 cold feet have been thrown this game, and all of them have connected onto Lil. As right now, Navi looking like they're topping the CS.
Yeah, Envy is on the bottom lane, has enough to buy Quelling Blade and Magic Wand. The extra regen from the Magic Wand in the laning stage is so valuable. Not the best kill lineup unless Tusk decides to rotate.
Well, and you can see they've switched up the laning configuration yet again. Dendi heading back down bottom, and they're dodging away from that Dragon Knight. So still kind of working out for them. And the big winner in all of this is General, who's 17-2 on the Underlord.
Dark Willow trying to snipe a courier, but she's being pinged out. 20 seconds until courier upgrades.
They're going to play it safe. Don't want to end up losing that courier early on here. LeBron not going to find it. Instead, it's Adam and Universe in the area. Curse Crown is available, and LeBron ends up just going to TP away, and they're stunned up. Not going to get him. Space created. And nobody really outside of the Underlord and the Luna is CSing all that well.
Underlord did not move, so he is the winner of the CS game so far. I think Fnatic should just keep the top lane. Tusk plus a Centaur. Centaur really not self-sustainable offlaner, needs a lot of help.
Look at this. They're going to, again, rotate lanes. So send the Juggernaut back towards mid, and the Dragon Knight going down bottom. I mean, is it that valuable, this laning matchup, that they're giving up all of the CS? Like, Jug only has 8 CS right now, and it's 3.5 minutes into the game.
After this, I don't think they're going to swap anymore. It's going to be minute 4, minute 5 when their TPs are going to be ready.
Okay. Well, Quap makes the rotation a little bit more quickly, and Underlord heading down there as well.
So, Envy just TP'd to the bottom lane. No one is mid.
What is happening? Yeah, and Dendi is just going back
DJ
again.
is the one who's getting the CS.
All right, he's happy. I don't know why that's going on as it is, but the Tusk trying to snowball away. Adam in some trouble, and Lucent Beam ends up finding the kill. So Crystallize picking that one up. And the crowd is just loving it.
Dendi has decent amount of farm. Double null plus magic wand.
Look at this.
2 points in Shadow Strike.
General's running back mid now, and then DK is just leaving the lane again. Nobody's sticking anywhere.
I don't get why they keep swapping it. They should just keep Dragon Knight on the mid. They're losing a lot of XP from this.
Yeah, and DK, like, Dendi is always going to change lanes more quickly, and it feels like they're missing out so much. So, well, Universe going to pull the creep wave pass. He's the one that's sort of sticking around in a lane. Hasn't been able to get a ton of CS for himself. And Dendi sitting at 17-4.
Right now it's Tusk, the winner of the XP game, just collecting a couple of CS. That benefits the Fnatic's supports. Universe, only level 3.
Oh, General, he shows up trying to help Abed, fully wrapped around upon, and well, he is going to be brought very low and killed off. General gets it. Na'Vi looking very good in this game number 2.
General is level 6, 5 minutes in. Has a phase boot, so he wants to be mobile.
And Juggernaut's leaving again. Lacoste, what's going on?
I'm trying to find sense in all this swapping.
They find another kill now onto Universe. Na'Vi continuing to just sort of dominate this early lane stage. And I mean, I guess on the one hand, they're about the same level, Abed and Dendi, but you're missing out on a lot of the CS. It's a 2,000 gold lead, 6 minutes in.
They will need to lose one lane. They should have just let the lanes be at one point. You have both of your cores, Dragonite level 4 and Juggernaut, who's also level 4.
Yeah. Well, Universe going to make the rotation now, looking for the stomp. He did actually have ulti, but a little bit too hard to make that work. He doesn't even get off the Firestorm before he drops, so well, that's a big pickup for Fnatic.
Yeah, everyone on Fnatic side is a bit underleveled at this point, so they're gonna need more time. Luna is level 6, so that's gonna be a really hard kill to get unless they rotate 3 heroes, Centaur, Tusk +1.
Yeah. Going for that Mask of Madness build next. With all the lane swapping, have there been all that many stacks going on for the Luna later on? Or has it pretty much just been everybody farming up the lane?
I don't see any stacks.
Yeah.
Too much action going on. Gotta leave the lane.
Okay. Well, Na'Vi spot Adam moving into the river. He is going to be caught there for the moment. The stun followed up by the Curse Crown, trying to get vision so he can snowball. Does manage to get away, but the stun's still going to be there, and actually blocks himself in with the shards now. So a little bit unfortunate. The Tusk gets brought down. Nice pickup by Lil.
Yeah, the problem for Fnatic will be if they decide to dive and get some kills. Luna is super strong, has a TP ready, level 8 with that Eclipse.
I mean, just level-wise, right now Fnatic are so far behind. They're losing 3 lanes, and that is not a way to win Dota 2. But I guess if they have a saving grace, maybe level 6s?
Yeah, with the level 6 on Centaur, they can set up the ganks easily with AA as well. AA is pretty level. Oh, Queen of Pain.
Jumps in, Dendi needing to run away. They aren't going to be able to get the proc there with the cold feet. And in fact, Abed just going to take a couple more punches on his way out.
Deep ward placed between tier 1 and tier 2 tower on the top lane. Envy level 6 has that ulti ready.
He has good hit with the Curse
and Arcane Rune as well.
Love to be able to go for an Omni, but not looking like it's in the cards. Abed going to move mid. So right now it's just the AA laying up against the Underlord.
I want to see how much TPs they use so far. At least 10.
It's been kind of insane, hasn't it? Underlord actually going to use his own little form of TP to go towards the mid lane now. Level 8 for him. And again, they're going to rotate the Queen of Pain maybe, or they're just going to go for the kill. There's the pit. They've got the stun to follow it up. Abed might get Sonic Waved here as they find the crush, and actually they hold on to the Sonic Wave for the moment. Abed trying to get away. Crystallize also kills off Envy in the top lane, so they find kills on both of the cores. Na'Vi striking on all cylinders.
And this is looking really good for Na'Vi. Luna had to pop ulti to get the kill. Always the trade that she wants to take. Like they are losing all 3 lanes. Most of the time when you lose 3 lanes, there's pretty much no comeback from that, but there's still chance. It's looking really rough for Fnatic right now.
Yeah, and of course we've seen games swing back and forth, particularly between these 2 teams. But thinking about the type of items that you can get and the type of draft that this is for Na'Vi, what do you expect to see out of that Underlord? I guess like just early Helm of the Dominant group together?
He's going for a pipe, which will mitigate a lot of damage from AA and Centaur. So that's a really good build. He's just going to tank up this game.
Yeah. Universe trying to push LeBron back yet again. They have left that lane alone to the Dark Willow, which means that it's going to be time for Luna to head into the jungle, farm it out, and leave that other safer farm for her supports.
Heroes who can move the jungle right now are really strong because the supports are kind of sagged. They're not getting more gold from the towers, and you want to get your supports level. So Luna will be just jungling. Dark Willow bought the tome for herself and is going to get level 6 on the top lane.
Level 6 right now on AA as well. Dendi is the one that's moved in towards mid. If they can force out a blink, maybe a chance for a kill. The snowball forward, but Dendi just blinks away, and they can't get this guy. I don't think so, at least. They're still diving forward for that, but
what
now
is this game?
calling it off. What is happening? Envy in some trouble now. He's going to try and go for the spin, the walkaway. Abed also going to be crushed. They're chasing forward for this Pit of Malice down onto 2. They do get the Ice Blast. It's onto several, and now the Terrorize out as well. But DK dead. And I have no idea what the game plan is here for Fnatic. Just run away, go back to your base. But they might not end up be able to do that.
This is going to be a tower for Na'Vi. That gank was really hard to execute even before it started. They wanted to use Tusk Snowball into Dragonite Stun. Like, Queen of Pain has enough time to react to that.
Level 8 now for her, and it's a 6,000 gold lead 11 minutes into this game. And Fnatic searching for answers and coming up with not a whole lot of opportunities here. Envy, is he just dead? Sonic Wave? Oh, Dendi thought about it. He thought about it.
Not sure if there was enough damage. Fnatic is smoked. They need something to happen. Tusk is level 5. AA has his ulti up.
Dire scan, anticipating the rotation,
and they
hit it onto Crystallize, so he is going to back out now. Na'Vi not going to get caught unaware. They're playing this so well right now, although Crystallize maybe a little bit of hubris. They're chasing, and Shard's not going to connect. They get a couple creeps, but that is not what they were looking for.
Fnatic are feeling so lost this game.
Yeah. Well, the fans certainly know what they want. And Envy down in the bottom lane. It's a tier 2 tower. Lil, I don't believe, has a Blink Dagger yet.
No, he's 1,000 gold away.
Yeah. So they're just going to keep the pressure on for the tier 2 tower here. And bringing in pretty much everybody. Even Luna's going to start to show up. And General just going to tank the tower for a moment. Envy.
This is a classic Envy spot where he stands when enemy siege tier 2 tower.
And Lily's just going to walk into him. Oh, God. Sonic Wave out of the freaking game. And tier 2 tower going to be claimed.
They should pressure the top tower. Dragonite has ulti up, but TP is already coming out from Underlord, so that means that there's nothing he can do. He also used the Dragonite ulti.
Yeah, and the rest of the team is moving over this direction. They will
Ice
spot out
Blast.
the Willow with the Ice Blast in general. Not going to really get hit by it. Universe also taking a bit of damage. They throw it on the Pit of Malice. The Root is going to be there. They're going with the Snowball onto LeBron. Do have the Dark Rift to get everybody out if they want to do it, but might decide to cancel it as they want to try and fight this. LeBron turns with the Bedlam. Adam going to fall. And Fnatic, again, scratching their heads, coming up with an answer.
Then they searching for someone. Yeah, can't find any openings. Once Centaur gets his Blink Dagger up, 200 gold away, they should try to make some move. They have the global presence with the Ice Blast. This is not looking good for Fnatic.
Not at all. And everybody felt like this draft was so well designed, but you take a look at these levels, 12 on the Luna, 11 on the Underlord. Nobody has hit level 9 on Fnatic. The early laning stage was just so disastrous.
Why are you lying, Gabe? Juggernaut is level 9.
Oh, the graphic
I'm calling
was
the cops
9.
on you.
I'm a liar. All right, well, no level 10. How about that? Blink Dagger for Centaur now.
Blink Dagger for Lil as well in 100 gold.
Well, we'll see if he's able to get it. They're just going to walk at him. Envy realizing doesn't want to die for that. Na'Vi taking the tier 2 tower top. Mid lane, they're wrapping around low onto Dendi, trying to take him out, but, well, he is just walking away.
He just got level 6 on Tusk. He was not level 6 before they initiated. Walrus Punch was not learned. Tier 2 tower is gone on the top lane.
This is feeling like a very, very easy to execute draft from this point forward from Na'Vi.
Oh my god, what a lead. 11,000 net worth lead, 15 minutes in. And this opens up the Roche for them.
Yeah.
Luna, Mask of Madness, you have Firestorm, percentage-based damage. Where is StarLadder? He's TPing, he wants to be in the range.
He
Running
just
low
picked
on
up the
mana.
blink.
Yeah.
So moving back over with the rest of the team now. Dendi walking forward to the low ground. And I mean, Fnatic can't take a fight into this lineup at all. Lacoste, if you're Na'Vi, do you feel any worry about going into the Roche pit?
I think they are fine. They have a bit of Malice, level 3, full pipe.
Yeah, they're just walking forward towards him. Universe going to be the one that breaks the smoke. He does get the blink away, Crush off the mark, but they find the Pit of Malice. On to 2, chasing forward for Adam. He actually snowballs to try and get away from danger, but he's going to be able to escape for the moment. Their other heroes not quite so lucky, most likely. As they're running, but cut off from the base, and well, Na'Vi looking to chase this one further forward. Not finding anybody yet. I mean, Fnatic just need to run. They can't stick around this area.
They want to bait Queen of Pain.
And looks like Dendi will not walk up that hill. Instead, heading back into the pit. They can do it.
They are afraid, actually. I mean, Centaur does not have an ultimate. Jug has one, level 10 only, so he's just gonna creep, skip at the top tower, try to get some levels. This is gonna be a hard game to come back from Fnatic.
Yeah. And perhaps an early game, which we haven't seen in these series between these two teams in forever. They do throw out the shards, and actually Underlord taking some damage with the Ice Blast on him. Needs to be careful. He might end up falling below the threshold. Looks like he's barely going to be able to get away from it. So they get the Aegis on Crystallize, and Na'Vi now ready to go for more.
Envy was even forced to go for drums, so they have an item they can fight with.
Yeah, he is 2,000 gold behind the Underlord. At 17 minutes in, this is really not at all what they were hoping to have happen. And top lane, they do find this Tusk. Adam, again caught, and most likely again killed. Waiting for him to reveal himself, and there's the punch. Meanwhile, down bottom, they're also looking for a jump onto Universe, who's being controlled, trying to TP out. Sonic Wave gets feared, gets killed. Dendi with another one.
It feels like Na'Vi cannot lose this game at this point. If they don't overextend, they should just keep the pressure. They have Aegis on the Luna, BKB ready in 500 gold, and they should be the ones sieging the base.
I don't think we've seen an Omni Slash this game, have we?
He used it once to get a kill.
Okay. Well, 18 minutes in, and again, Fnatic. I mean, it feels like everything has fallen so far off the rails. Like, you would normally say, all right, you have the Ice Blast, you maybe go for like a pick-off play with the Centaur and the AA, but anytime they take a fight, everything just goes so disastrously wrong.
Too much lane swapping. Like, they swapped the lanes 6, 7, 8 times. I stopped counting after the 5th.
That's crazy. So Na'Vi moving towards mid. Dendi waiting to see if somebody steps up into his lane.
Shadowblade is ready on the DK. He's still level 11. They are a bit under-leveled.
Yeah.
I think it's a go time for Na'Vi.
Definitely. Envy about to get his level 2 Omni Slash.
Full Orchid on Queen of Pain.
They also have the BKB completed on Crystallize. They're actually going to TP back with some other heroes. Abed trying to get out of there to chase it forward for this one, but Universe just dead. Crystallize pops his newly minted BKB, and even with just 2 heroes there, they can't do anything.
Great reaction from Crystallize. Uses BKB before, so Centaur can't stun him. Now BKB is down, but he still has the Aegis.
Yeah. Abed calling for help, but there's none in sight, and Juggernaut not in the base right now, still pushing down the bottom lane. Abed wanting Envy to come back and help out his buddy, but the tower is falling, and there isn't really an answer in sight.
If the tower falls, it's the best thing you can be at when you have Luna in your team. The
Yeah.
bounces, and then you can't get close.
So one more creep wave here. And Na'Vi, they don't need to push the tempo all that quickly because they have just completely contained in Fnatic.
I think they're just waiting for the BKB to ready and try to go again.
Well, they're splitting out again, and up in the top lane, StarLadder. He ran into Juggernaut there, but decides to back out afterwards. Is going to keep the lane pushed in. Bottom, Dark Willow. They find Dark Willow, and she's dead. So LeBron gives his life away.
It's not that big of a deal for them. They just need to keep split pushing. Juggernaut is the one who should be out of the base, try to skip creep waves, because they have nothing to stop his spin TP with. Unless StarLadder gets the bash. I mean, you can't bash if you don't have it skilled. He's level 9 only. This is the build I like to see on a StarLadder. Blink Dagger, and is going for a Hand of Midas, especially if this game drags. He's going to have a lot of items and a lot of XP from it, and his talents are also decent.
Envy it is maybe almost... Oh. You look at that. That is so scary. You try and spin TP away, and the Luna just almost kills you through the duration of it.
Glyph is pop. They want this tier 3 tower.
Yeah, they are sticking around for this one right now. Na'Vi, they know the problems that Fnatic ran into in the last one with closing out the game, and they are not falling into the same trap here. Pit of Malice down, and Luna hitting creeps, hitting buildings, taking it down. They have the Dragon form on Abed. A jump forward. Oh, the silence, it's there. Onto the Centaur. They throw out the Omni Slash, but not really doing enough damage onto the main targets. StarLadder dies, but so too is the Centaur, and now the Terrorize comes out as well, and Abed, feared, he's pit, he's rooted, he's going down. Another kill, and Na'Vi just looking dominant in this game number 2.
Aegis regeneration kicks in. There's also Urn on the Dark Willow, so she's gonna heal them up. They have no buybacks, like this is a 2 set of Raxes.
22 minutes in, 20,000 net worth, 4-16, and Na'Vi in complete control. This game is basically over. I don't think that there's a way that they can come back into it right now unless Na'Vi just don't push for the next 20 minutes.
They're gonna wait for the BKBs to come online and go again. They can feel that Fnatic is really weak at the moment, and they want to close this game.
Yeah, I think Omni Slash is still going to be on cooldown for a little bit, and for any type of overextension, there's also a Dark Rift to get people out. So Na'Vi move through the top side, and Envy just, he's just gone. The stun comes out, they try and go for the ulti coming in from the Centaur. He brought down low, he does manage to get away, but this fight might be about the end of it. They do get a nice Ice Blast, not looking terrible. But now they're turning their sights onto the rest of Fnatic, and Crystallize has popped his BKB. They turn on to Adam, he is gonna die. Double kill for General, and now time to walk up high ground.
They're so tanky. Underlord has 135 extra damage. It's 250 damage on Underlord.
Abed, they're slowing it down. Crystallize gonna end up getting 4-staffed away, and that keeps them alive. And now another Urn, they're gonna Dark Rift away. All of Na'Vi getting out together.
And back to base, they're gonna reset the cooldowns on the Black King bar on a Luna, which they need, and go for it again. Luna already TPing, they are smoked. They want to fight again.
They realize that if you end up heading out again and giving the time for Fnatic to get back into this game, things could definitely fall apart. So gonna try and make this move again through the top. And Fnatic still struggling to find an answer. I mean, there is still, like we saw before, an Omni Slash combo together with an Ice Blast, but Dragon Form is about to wear off, and they're back there immediately. And Dragon Knight has never looked this frail.
Dragon Knight has a buyback, but no form for the next 50 seconds. Luna will go in. They have a Centaur extra.
Universe looking for an opening. He's hiding away in the trees. They do have the Orchid for him if they happen to get in range. So Crystallize walking there up towards the high ground. Starts to burn through it, and VDD turns on to Crystallize, starting to take him low. He is taking a good bit of damage, but not nearly enough. And now Envy in trouble. The fear is there. He dies while spinning. Sonic Wave, Abed dead, and GG is called. Fnatic strike back, but not hard enough as Na'Vi tear him asunder.
Yeah, Navi's looking really good in game number 2. They did not let Fnatic breathe. They did not give them chance to come back at all. This could be the reason, because they swapped lanes too much. I'm probably gonna look into this, see what happened and why. I'll ask some of the players about the matchups. I think they should just keep the Dragon Knight against the Underlord and just have that Juggernaut on the bottom lane.
I mean, in retrospect, like I can't imagine a situation that would be worse than what happened in that situation there. Like being so underleveled and then just getting rolled over from then on out. It feels like maybe you lose one matchup, but then you could at least win a lane. I don't know.
I mean, if one lane is not going well for you, you trying to win 2 other lanes. That's the rule.
Yeah, definitely. But tried to win maybe multiples of them and came out definitely wanting for it. Going into game number 2, is there any real drafting changes that you would make at all? Or
No, I think the draft was fine. Just the lane setup was not good. We're going to see a lot of highlights of the lane swapping, I guess.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a little bit. We go in the distance yet again. Navi versus Fnatic. Could it be any other way? 1-1 apiece. But now back to the panel, see what they thought about that one.
It wouldn't be Navi versus Fnatic if it didn't go to a 3rd game. Here with Tsunami and Vincere, and to talk about that game, we're going to talk about the lane swaps. First of all, it was musical lanes, and normally at some point it stops, but it just kept happening. Winter.
That's why it's important to smoke out at level 1 to get the ward vision out to see the lane setup. Navi planned it from the start. They wanted the DK against the Underlord matchup, because that matchup would be really, really good for Underlord, even though it's kind of like both heroes will be farming, but Underlord benefits more in that scenario. So they smoked out, they planted a wall, they made sure everything was correct. They were the ones who went to the lanes that they want to go first. That's why Fnatic are the ones who wants to switch.
So then you use your teleport scroll, you know?
No, they walked. They didn't teleport, because if you teleport, the enemy would he teleported first.
He had his teleport used anyway at the start.
Yeah, because if you have to teleport first, it's generally not going to be a really good idea for you, because the enemy just follows you, then you have to walk, then you waste a lot of time.
That's what happened.
Underlord benefits a lot from that, because what happens is, like, when he switches lanes, he drops a Firestorm, he pushes the lane into the tower. You're losing the whole wave XP. He gets the farm, he gets to go bye-bye, see you, and then he walks down to another lane, and he doesn't lose so much. He can even like stop by in jungle when he has the levels. So I think the important thing was they had to realize that at some point the switching it's like there's no point anymore. The matchups is bad, but they're still going to be able to farm in the lane. Juggernaut against Corp, DK against Underlord. They just had to deal with the lanes and try to at least secure one of the lanes, like what Lacoste mentioned in the cast.
Yeah,
if you have like so much trouble in all the lanes, you have to try to secure one lane first instead of trying to help all the lanes.
It was musical lanes, and Underlord was removing a chair every single time with the Firestorm, and Queen of Pain was blinking to every other chair while Juggernaut was running from chair to chair.
Yeah.
And there's no way you're going to win that arms race, even with teleport scrolls used or not used.
So was there a way for them to prevent it? Like, couldn't they maybe focus all their attention on the top lane?
I think they just had to not switch lanes after. They could try once, but once the lanes just settle, then just whatever, just play the lanes, and the Tusk maybe could go to the top lane. I think Tusk plus Centaur, they could actually pose a threat against the Luna Dark Willow lane, because Centaur was left alone in all this switching mess, and top lane the Luna had the Dark Willow helping him in the lane, so Luna won her lane, like, because it's easy, just 2v1. So if they would have helped the Centaur and just whatever, like just let the lanes play out, the other 2 lanes, at least they would have been able to have a good time on the Centaur. At least one lane would be decent, but instead of like all lane being crashed.
I think stubbornness is a word that oftentimes comes to people's minds when they think about.
No, it's not just stubbornness. It's like the approach, like how you see and how it's like the philosophy.
Well,
how do you feel?
If Fnatic was like, "There's no way Navi's going to swap the 5th time. After we do it the first 4 times, then we'll finally get our lanes."
I mean, it's not really only just about that. I think they felt like the matchups were really like really unfavorable. Here we see like a really good play here by LeBron. Planting the Ironwood branch, but I felt like maybe they feel the matchup is really bad. So no matter what happens in a game, they wanted to swap the lanes.
It wasn't just the lanes though, Tsunami, that signed Fnatic's death will.
It's tower pushing. That's how you win the game.
Yeah.
This is how you are able to make it not be a 55-minute game or whatnot. Crystallize, as we mentioned, had the free lane the entire time. He went very well against the Centaur, who whatever the strategy was with the Centaur, we didn't see it. And Fnatic, like, this was not like a representation of what they thought a Centaur draft would be.
Centaur is not a good offlaner if you get left alone. He doesn't really survive alone really well. But he does pair well with a support because he has a stun, he has double edge. If you give him a support in a lane, like a Tusk, you roll in to the Luna, you set up a Storm, there's always kill potential. Centaur is really good in this kind of scenarios. But because they picked the Centaur, he was left alone, then the pick didn't really shine, and he couldn't really do what he wants to do.
And I think part of it was sometimes whenever you see a Willow, you're like, okay, well, this support is going to be right-clicking me a lot. And Centaur is one of these rare offlaners that doesn't really care about being right-clicked by this low BAT support. But when you have Lunar Blessing backing up the right-clicks from this Dark Willow, then all of a sudden, whatever benefit you got from return is just nullified.
So, Winter, somewhere during that game you mentioned Underlord and Willow on the same team. How could I forget?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't go against that. But part of me was like, I want to go back to the hotel and rest, you know. But you know, Fnatic, they just made, like, this game is just like a strategical errors. Like, it wasn't like someone making like a huge mistake. Oh, they made a like bad dive or bad move here. It was just like the overall game plan that, oh, we had to have this matchup.
Yeah.
Queen of Pain against DK. We don't want DK against Underlord no matter what. They got like maybe too stubborn, they just stuck to their philosophies and they just like kept swapping and they just like lost out in the war of attrition with the Corp and the Underlord swapping more efficiently. And when you swap lanes, you generally want to try to kill as well to make the swap efficient. They weren't able to kill the lanes. Because Juggernaut, Tusk, and the DK, if you swap, maybe if you have the Tusk around, you get a kill, then the swap won't be, you won't feel so bad about the swap, you know, if you kill someone in the process. But because they were moving so many things at the same time, not getting anything, losing creep waves, it's just like they're gonna lose the game regardless.
Yeah, like you had said in game 1, whenever Shiva was asking, so do you consider drafting to be an error? Again, I think drafting is one of the last things you go to whenever it comes to doing a post-mortem on why we lost a game, even though this seemed...
Unless the draft is like so bad that, yeah.
But even though this game seemed terrifically one-sided, again, I don't think you need to blame the draft. I think with a different mentality that one of our cores is going to have a miserable time, but that's okay, you can still win this game in theory.
You can't have like all 3 lanes won. Somebody has to
have a bad game.
Or I would say eat shit for the team, you know. Someone has to eat shit for the team. And the rest will have their, you know, whatever.
You're a true poet, Winter.
Yep. Wizard with words. Hey, what do you guys think of the somewhat of a role swap we saw between DJ and Adam? Because normally it is DJ playing the Tusk and Adam would be going onto the Ancient Apparition as a 5.
I mean, he does play a lot of Tusk as well. Like both players play Tusk, and maybe they feel like Adam's roaming is much better for the team cohesion, because they did say in the release, the press release, they mentioned about trying to get better team cohesion, because Adam really likes to, from what I know him, he really likes to play the kind of roaming heroes like the Riki or the Trian, Tusk, and you want to give the roaming heroes that don't need farm as much, so Tusk doesn't really need so much farm. But it's kind of weird, you know, because Tusk and AA, I would say Tusk needs more money, the money more than the AA.
Yeah.
So
he
it's kind
needs
of
the money more, but AA ended up hitting 6 way before Tusk, and I think that was part of the idea also, is they think that DJ is a little bit better at finding experience than Adam and giving that level 6.
Oh, he's the greedier player.
Right, yeah. And so giving that Ancient Apparition level 6 was way more valuable than Tusk hitting level 6. It's just all of it came way too late for Fnatic.
So it wasn't necessarily a role swap, you think?
It was just situational in this respect.
Yeah. Okay. Who knows? We'll have to see with more.
Yeah, either that or they, like, he did such a good job on the Earth Spirit in the previous games. It's like, you're going to be our new roamer.
Good job.
Good job. We're going to let you have fun this time.
Well, they mentioned that communication is something that they're working on, and I would imagine that at the start of the game, we talked about it, that a support normally is the one to set the tempo, and maybe that's what he does from that position as a coach.
Right.
Or, well, obviously player now, but coach turned player.
Yeah.
Maybe that is something for them. We don't know, though. We cannot look into the minds of the pro players. We are going to take a short break, but when we're back, it is time for the 3rd game between Fnatic and Navi, so stay tuned.